Series 7 Viking documentary. I am Sam. Today we are going to be talking about why Vikings are such good raiders. First, Vikings are people that used to live in those days Scandinavia, but these days Norway, Denmark and Sweden. Vikings were very good at building ships. When they had built the ships, they would go and raid other countries. The topic that we are going to talk about is shipbuilding and navigation. Eric the Red set out to colonize Greenland in 985 AD with
25 ships. They were struck by a storm on the way and only 4 arrived safely. Vikings had a special way of navigating lots of places. Do they know how to find them? And Vikings were very good at building ships and sailed to different countries to explore and fight. Most Vikings also had small raiding parties and focused to arrange 2 to 5 ships. Each carried 30 raiders. Vikings became known for surprise attacks and quick retreaters. They could tow from light, shift, and today. Lots of Vikings still don't know where to find the navigation to use crystals to locate on the sun overcast day.
For example, the Osberg ship. This is a ship that we have found.
This is the Osberg ship, and this is the only ship which is kept in a museum.
The next topic we are going to talk about is weapons and armor. The Vikings fought mainly with axes, bows and arrows, spears and swords.
This is some of the weapons that Vikings used.
The broad axe had a long handle, its large flat blade and a curved cutting edge.
This was the most common axe used when Vikings around the broad
next
axe.
topic we're going to talk about is Viking warriors and military techniques. The Vikings were not part of the Christian Europe, and they were not bound to beat these rules. Instead, they could only use them to advantage. By the starring warriors, they only choose to fight by sea. Sometimes they had no choice. The Viking rules had not to believe a combat difference, conceivable from the Vikings' norms of warfare. People and Vikings conflict and had shared Christians' system of arms. Carried around wooden shields to protect. Many Vikings also wore armor made from thick layers of animal hides. Some of the hides were bone shrews into them to add protection. Viking warriors also wore cone-shaped helmets made of leather. These are the leather helmets that Vikings used. Leaders wore metal helmets and coats of metal armor. For example, there are only one round in Scandinavia in a farm in Riga. The next topic we're going to talk about is Viking warriors and military techniques. The Vikings were not part of the Christian Europe, and they were not bound to beat these rules. Instead, they could only use them to advantage. By the starring warriors, they only choose to fight by sea. Sometimes they had no choice. The Viking rules had not to believe a combat difference, conceivable from the Vikings' norms of warfare.